And I want to ask you about the experience factor here. There's 7 quarterbacks, 7 in the wild card round. If Tyler Huntley starts for Lamar, as we're expecting, 7 making their first career playoff starts. 7 of them. There they are on the screen right there. Herbert,
47.
Purdy, Skylar Thompson, Daniel Jones, Geno Smith, Trevor Lawrence, Tyler Huntley, or Anthony Brown if neither if Lamar can't go. And then you just remarked how Tom Brady's got 47 games of playoff experience. And then the rest of the AFC field, outside of Mahomes, not so much. Josh Allen is the second on that list with 6. But the reason why I bring all this up is certainly Purdy being new. And, it reminds me, the setup does remind me of your first time in the playoffs. Sure. Now, Purdy, obviously, Iowa State's not USC. But, I mean, where it was, okay, you got the running game. You got a defense. You got some playmakers around you. For lack of a better phrase, don't screw it up.
Exactly right.
And so, I don't know, man. I think, what is your sense of what experience might matter in all this?
For Purdy's situation, much like mine, keep the car in the middle lane. Give me 55 to 60 miles an hour. I don't need anything crazy. Right down the highway. Keep me right down the middle.
Is that what they told you at the time, too?
No, I mean, that's kind of we tried in other ways with the silly wristband stuff, like red, yellow, green. And I mean, there's a way to coach that stuff. There's a way to protect the quarterback sometimes from himself. And what can guys handle? What's their bandwidth? Can he handle the conversation when you burn a timeout before halftime, thinking, hey, we're right on the fringe of maybe trying to throw for some yards, get a chunk play, and get into field goal range. But it's going to depend on this first down here. And if we get any yards on the first run, if we get stuffed or lose 3 yards, we might just take a knee and end this thing. But if we steal some, hey, be really careful with this ball. It's either in our hands or in the third row, right? Can this guy handle that? Because of Brock Purdy's experience at Iowa State, I think those 3 years of starting or 4 years or whatever it is, those are reps. Those are real live reps of playing the position, knowing what wins, knowing what loses. That is most important. So he's had this ability to step in with a veteran team who already knows what he knows, and now he can operate at an efficient level. The only thing I've really seen from him that gave me a little concern is anything over 30 yards has been underthrown, just slightly. And it's just a little more juice on it. Sometimes he's under duress, and that happens to everybody.
Yes.
But it's been consistent across the board. So in weather like that, I don't know if we're going to have to deal with it. But bottom line, end of the day, I don't care what game it is. And this was Pete's, baby as well. Like, he loved reminding guys of this, especially when we played in the Rose Bowl. You see all these commercials about the game. There's all this hype. Boom, Penn State's coming in, Illinois, Michigan. Somebody's coming in to whoop up on USC, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, that's all outside. I guarantee you, he goes, he'd hold the ball in the meeting. He'd point at the Rose Bowl that was, painted on our team meeting room. He goes, that field is the exact same size as the field we practiced on. Nothing changes. He goes, there's going to be a hell of a lot more people. It's going to be a lot louder. We're going with the same ball, and he'd throw the ball around. Anybody see any difference in this football? Are we good with this football?
It's like Hoosiers.
It's exactly that.
Like Hoosiers.
But you get that mental framework of, oh yeah, we've done this before. He goes, you know who it's different for? Everybody else. This is the same thing we've done. He goes, when you wake up on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, January 1st to play the Rose Bowl, there's no new game plan. There's no new footwork, quarterbacks. There's no new reads. There's no new releases. There's no new hand technique, defensive and offensive linemen. There is nothing new under the sun that's going to set you free on game day.
Yeah.
So please don't make anything up today. Do what we do. That's it. And we'll roll them. Like, that was it. It was awesome. And you get in this framework of like, dude, I'm good. Give me the ball. Let's start this thing.
And so
that's why I get nervous. I just wanted to start, not because I'm scared.
So I guess whichever quarterback can, hear that, be told that, absorb it, and actually execute it. So playoff experience doesn't really factor in?
I think it matters just because just like riding a bike, you've done it.
Right.
Once you've done it, you've done it. Okay, check the box. Move on. Hosting a show, the first time you did it.
Yeah, it wasn't that great.
But you're thinking about all the guests, and the first time you had some A-list celebrity, you're like, ooh, should I ask different questions? Well, no, I got to be myself. I got to be Rich. Because if I try and be someone else, they'll sniff it out, and it probably won't go well.
The camera is just as far from the microphone with an A-lister as
That's
it is
right.
with anybody else, right? The lights are still just as bright.
Just as bright, Coach.
The desk is elevated at the same amount.
That's right. Well, I don't know about that. Look at you trying to stir it up.
What?
Stop it. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.